everybody, and welcome back to my channel. As you've probably already seen by the title, today we will be reviewing the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. Lots of colors. So if you've read anything or watched anything about this palette, you would know it's very pigmented, has lots of colors. Let me just take some of the yellow for you to see here. Like, that's just one swatch of yellow. I've never seen a yellow that goes on so pigmented in one swatch in my life. So yeah, so far I'm just loving this palette. I'm actually wearing these colors right here. Let me point them out to you. I'm wearing this color in my crease, this color, and this color on my lid with an accent of this deep blue right here. So let's get into the goods about the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. Overall, I think it's really cool that it comes with shimmers and mattes. I mean, some other palettes will do that, but since it's so pigmented in this palette, that's extra amazing. Granted, the shimmers aren't as pigmented as the mattes, but it still gives off good pigmentation considering that it is a shimmer, and the palette itself was only like $18, I think. I think I got a Naked palette a while back, and the pigmentation is nowhere near this good. Like, just layer it on twice, and you'll be ready to blind somebody with that amount of color. Let's take another swatch. So this is one of the oranges. Like, that's like Cheeto dust orange. Like, that's great. If you're not impressed by that, then what are you impressed by? And then for some of the darker tones, it goes lighter to darker, which I find really nice. But one thing I don't like about this palette, and call me nitpicky, is that there are some colors that feel like they don't belong in that spot. Like, I feel like this should be right here, and then this one should be down here, but I'm just nitpicking. But apart from that, like, it's an excellent palette. I love this palette. I just got it a few days ago from Ulta. One of the things I don't like about this palette, though, is that it's making me run out of eye primer. The lady that was helping me when I went to Ulta said that this stuff doesn't stay all day, and even with the primer I use, like skin primer and eye primer, it doesn't stay for even 8 hours. Granted, if you're doing something really quick, like a YouTube video for instance, if you're wanting your eyes to pop, because if you're not quite sure what colors make your eyes pop, and this is a homecoming tip, by the way, or any dance in general, then you can experiment around with it, and then whatever color you like best, then you can stick with that color, or maybe you can go back and get more shades of that color in a different palette. I personally like purples and greens and blues because they bring out my eyes the most because I have hazel, along with gold, of course, but we can't wear that every day. But yeah, it also comes with a decent sized piece of black pigment for you to use for eyeliner, which I really like. I am questioning though why there's more black than certain colors, because I personally don't use black that much. I mean, I'm sure some people will disagree with me. They're like, oh, I do smoky eyes 24/7. Okay, but this doesn't include any grays. That's my only issue. If you're going to include that much black, you would probably add a few grays, that way you could do some cool smoky eyes with it. But I can see where they're going. Maybe you want to do some colorful smoky eyes. I got you. But they also have a more like silvery color. The lighting's a bit weird, so it looks almost like a yellowy silver. But then they have a more luminescent pigment that's better for your inner corner. But if you're wanting to do metallics, I would use the other one because it's more like of a silver. And yeah, it's one of my favorite palettes so far, and I could just be saying that because it's a new palette. But this was one of the last palettes left at Ulta when I went to go get a colorful palette, and I wanted to get a colorful palette because I knew summer was ending and the summer season was ending as a whole, which meant all the bright colors would be going away. But it also meant that they'd probably be a bit cheaper. I can't remember if there was a sale on it or not, but it's a good palette. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll get a notification whenever I post again. I'm trying to merge more into makeup reviews. I'm still working on my education on ingredients. I know what a few ingredients are and what they can do to the body, and I'll probably end up touching on that once I get a better understanding of it. Bye, everybody.